All right, so if you have mold buildup in your bathroom and a lot of steam and humidity, this is what we're going to be doing today, installing an inline exhaust fan. Now, in my case, I'm redoing the whole bathroom, but I wanted to improve that issue of the humidity. And we're also going to be installing these Fitz grills. One's going to go above the shower, and the other one is going to go in the current location, which is above the toilet. Many people think that these fans are for smell, but they're not. They're actually for removing the humidity from your shower. Now, these are ABS plastic. These are custom that you mud in. Very, very nice. They have different options, different sizes. This company does have beautiful grills. You could paint them, and once you're done, they look really nice and flush. That's what we're going to be installing in both locations, along with these 10-inch registers and the 4-inch collars to go along with it, and then the pipe that's going to hook up to each of the inlet, and it's going to be 4 inches on the out and 4 inches on the in, so it's going to fit right into my current setup. You could also install a humidity sensor, and you could customize these to whichever liking. You know, set them up to work an hour after, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. It all depends on what you want. Now, another thing that you want to look at is your AC vent open? Is do you keep your doors closed after your shower? So all that humidity will stay inside the shower with no circulation. So if that's the case, this will help you to kind of like fix that. It'll pretty much suck all humidity out. Once it gets to a respected level, then it'll automatically stop. So very, very nice option if you don't want to do any type of custom work. Now, like I say, in my case, I wanted to do both the shower and above the toilet. And also you want to check to make sure that your fan is currently working properly. When they get dirty and they get old, they don't work as efficiently. Also, you want to make sure that it is connected. Make sure your AC vent is open so you have a nice circulation. I normally leave my door open once I shower, so all that steam gets pulled out even from the air conditioning. I do have a motion sensor inside the bathroom right now that works the lights and the fan at the same time, so I might separate them with a humidity sensor. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do it, so depending on once I install this, once I'm done with the shower, if it takes everything out, then I'll leave it the way it is. If not, then we'll go ahead and install the humidity sensor. So with that said, if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Don't forget to like and follow. Check out some of our links to help out the channel. Let's get right to it. All right, so let's go over some of the materials that I'm going to be using. I currently have this installed in the bathroom exhaust fan. This is the 4-inch. Sometimes the smaller bathrooms have the 3-inch. If you want to upgrade it, that's fine too. These are flexible aluminum, and if you notice that you are going to get a little extra water droplets or anything like that from the shower section, you can insulate it so that way you don't have that issue. But I can try it out for a few weeks and see if I don't see any type of condensation on it, then I'm just going to leave it alone. If not, I'm going to go ahead and remove it, put some insulation on it, to prevent from that happening. Okay, and like I showed you, these are the vents. This company Fitz 10 by 10, and this is kind of like what it will look like, and you can use them on the wall. They have some for the floor. They have different styles. So if you have your current exhaust fan, it has these little ugly ones, and you want something cool like that, definitely it's a nice improvement. You could check out their a website, or you could check out some of the links and it'll take you to the website. And you could paint them, you could mud them in, you could buy them without the trim, and you could scan this and it'll show you how to install it. Pretty cool. And like I mentioned, this one will fit inside this AC register, and these you could pretty much customize them. This is your regular AC register. They do sell these out of all metal without the insulation, so I'm going to put the mastic inside of it. I don't want any mold buildup inside this, but to me this is a lot cheaper than buying the all metal ones, and most of them came with the 10-inch already cut out with the exhaust, so then you have to get reducers or adapters and things like that. So this is a inexpensive way of doing it. All you got to do is cut a little hole if you want it, different locations, depending on your trusses or anything like that. Cut it out, expand this, and then you put the the hose right on top of this. Very, very simple to use. And then once this is installed, put some screws on it, fasten it, and then this will go right on top of it, and this one will be mudded in. All right, so this is the first one that I purchased. This is about, I think, like 230 CFMs or so. You could get them in different configurations. Very easy to use. You know, you take them apart, you got screws, you mount it. You could mount them pretty much anywhere, hang it, whatever the case may be. 4-inch in, 4-inch out. If you want to do the dual setup like I'm doing, all you need is to get a T and split it up, and that works if you don't want to get something as big as this. But I'll turn both of them on and you can see the difference. There are some really nice ones that have humidity sensors. People use them for like little growing boxes or whatever the case may be. Better quality. This is like about under 40 bucks, so very inexpensive, but it's a little bit loud and it vibrates. This one, a close-up, it is big. It's about 16 by 16 or so, about 5 inches tall. And, you could tell the difference in the quality of... And this one has a vibration on it. So that's going to vibrate your walls and stuff like that. So I am going to return this one, by the way. But you could get better quality ones if you want to go this route. You hear the difference? All right, so next step is going to be to do the duct sealant in the inside, since these are for air conditioning and I don't want the humidity buildup. Open the holes, go to the attic, install these from the top to the bottom. All right, so let's go ahead and apply some of this mastic to the insulation. All right, so both of them are set. I'm gonna let them sit there for a good 24 hours for it to dry nicely, and then installation time. So definitely make sure that if you are gonna use this type, that you put the mastic inside, or you can remove the insulation from the sides, but you're gonna need it for the top, so might as well just leave it. All right, let's go ahead and measure the current decibels that this fan runs at. This is the Panasonic that I currently have. 49.7 decibels, 49.7 decibels. All right, so time to remove the old exhaust fan. Keep in mind, if you're gonna be reusing these, you gotta clean them once in a while, because they get dirty and then the blades, they lose their efficiency. So, all right, time to go ahead and remove the cover and the electricity. All right, so here we have the power. I'm putting a little box on here. I was able to pull the original cable from the wall on top of the mirror. I don't want to leave a junction behind the tile, if I need to ever, for whatever reason, it breaks or anything like that. So and this one is going to go right into this outlet, which is going to feed the fan. I don't want to cut the power cord of the fan. I don't want to lose the warranty, just in case. You never know. And here we have the register, one of them. And that's the hole for the other one over there. And then the power that was feeding the light is going to feed the niche and the LEDs. So pretty simple. So now the register will go in its place. So then tomorrow I'll go ahead and install the bottom grill, adjust it, compound, and then sand. And that's it. So we have plenty of space. And then I'm going to put the blower somewhere on here. I have plenty of the exhaust pipe all the way over here. So plenty. So I might just leave it further away, so less noise and less vibration. All right, so I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to be using the more flexible duct instead of the rigid like the home came with. You could use either one of them. Tells you ideal for dryer applications, kitchen, bath. So you could use this one. It's a little bit more forgiving. You don't have to be using the 90s and stuff like that. So I'm gonna see if I can suspend the inline blower or fan, see how that goes, and then we'll go ahead and do the flexible. All right. All right, so we're done here. I gotta get a little piece of insulation for there. I'll do it now. But definitely now it's suspended. I could adjust it up and down if I want to. I left a little extra on the actual exhaust pipe. Much better, a lot easier to work with. You know, cheaper to replace, faster than working with this one. This one kind of like resonates. See the difference? Kind of like absorbs the sound. This one's the one going out, so definitely I think that's what it was. It was resonating since it was really close to the register. You know, resonating that vibration from the motor or the sound. So we'll check downstairs to see for the sound if it makes a difference or not. But definitely a lot easier to work with. So we're done here. Now let's go downstairs and check it out. All right, so we're pretty much ready to go. The actual registers are nice and dry. I'm gonna put a little bit of compound around the edges, kind of like to fill in these holes, since this hole was actually a little bit bigger. So I'm just gonna, instead of adding just material, cutting everything, adding compound all the way around, sticking it, drilling it, and we're pretty much should be good to go. All right, so let's cut out the hole. I already did the measurements, so you can sit there, check to make sure it was square. So we're gonna make it opening about 10 inches by 10 inches. All right, so let's see if it fits. Nicely done. So now we'll go ahead and put the register in the top. Screw it. You could always glue it if you want to. Get a couple screws, let it sit. You know, depending on how you're gonna set it up. If you're gonna just use it as a vent, you don't want to use screws so they don't pop up. You could always liquid nail it. And once it's dry, do the compound and you have a nice clean finish. All right, so ready for the second one. I kind of marked the middle and did the same thing here from the wall. So you know, it runs parallel to the wall when everything is finished. I'm gonna add also a little compound. I'm gonna add a little compound to this one too. Not as much, just a little bit. It'll actually help it to stay in place, just in case if I need to run and hide. All right, so I gave 1 second coat, sanded the rough one. So now we're gonna go ahead and sand this one, but at the same time, I'm gonna do the whole ceiling on these. All right. I wanna get everything nice and smooth. Take the speakers out and the lights. All right, so let's get to it. Some progress here. Tile's finished. All right, so there's only one more thing to do, and that's add a little filter. Very easy to do. This does not come with it. I've been doing this for years. Keeps the blowers and the actual flexible pipes nice and clean, and you don't have to worry about the dust cooking on the blades, and then it loses efficiency. So super simple. cut this one. This is about 10 by 10, so this one's about 9.5 by 9.5. Super easy to do. This came out absolutely amazing. I love it. It was a little challenge on one side here, but it definitely came out pretty nice. You could also get the ones with the trim, so you don't have to mud it in. So it all depends on the kind of project that you want to do. Super easy to do if you want to clean it or repaint it, whatever the case may be. So all right, and there we go. All right, so let's check the decibels with the new flexible duct versus the semi-rigid duct. All right, so we got 40.8 decibels versus with the rigid duct, 51 decibels versus the Panasonic at 49 decibels. So, this way worked out much better and much quieter. 40.8 decibels, very nice. All right, so we are done with this part of the project. I still have to do the shower towels, but definitely love the way this came out. Performance-wise, absolutely amazing. By the time I'm done with the shower that I turn off the water, I feel like a little draft. By the time I'm done with the bathroom itself, the bathroom is nice and dry. We used to get this upper wall right here, used to get wet. No more, nice and dry. I was gonna separate the circuits and put the actual motion on sensor for the lights and the humidity sensor for the fan. So no need for it, but I still have my motion sensor switch that I had from before, just in case if you want to get some of the smells out. And I definitely love the way everything came out. Super quiet, much quieter than the Panasonic, and definitely the rigid duct was a little bit more loud. So definitely the flexible duct is the way to go. Now always keep in mind, keep your AC vent open, leave your door open once you're done with the bathroom, so that way you get that circulation. If you have a glass door, get yourself a squeegee and try to squeegee as much as possible so you have less mold buildup. Definitely the way it came out is absolutely awesome. And like I mentioned, there's different ways of doing this job. If you want to keep just a single location but a more powerful fan, you could do that. Get an inline fan, get yourself the register if you want to go with the Fitz grills. They looked amazing, nice and flush. So like I said, there's different ways of doing this. Kind of like design it, figure it out, and see what is your best options. So in that case, if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Don't forget to like and follow. Do check out some more links that do help us out. I'll see you guys on the next project.